It's called a promo,
Shut
kid.
your
And
mouth,
if you want to
John.
be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it. So go ahead.
You ready? No! I said, are you ready?
That was good. Glad you finally decided to pull that giant stick out of your butt and have some fun for once in your life.
You're uneducated marks! You sit there on your phones tweeting out your opinions like they're worth a damn. Let me explain something to you people. You don't know shit!
And I'd like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince McMahon's death.
Officially 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. It's crunch time. Been on a wild ride and strap in tight because it's only about to get faster and crazier. Welcome to Wrestling in the Middle. Dude.
I'm glad you said crunch time, like I was chewing the last cracker.
So, I'd been hyped for it since I came up with the idea, but how about this? I didn't realize the significance numbers-wise between the brother versus brother WrestleMania thing. Every 15 years this has happened. Whenever I started coming up with the concept, I had said Jimmy versus Jay at WrestleMania. That's the move. I think it'll be even better than Brett versus Owen. Kind of forgetting that. Yeah, I said that I think Jimmy versus Jay can outdo Brett versus Owen, and that...
Okay, so the biggest debate I see right now is that they both have the same moveset. How good can a match with the same moveset be?
That's an interesting argument, and I'm glad you have a little bit of argument there, and you have a little bit of second opinion there, because that will be this week's Through the Table later, as we're going to break down... we're going to sit down, we're going to watch Owen versus Brett, we're going to watch Matt versus Jeff. Again, kind of forgetting that. I had forgotten that one a little bit, but... we're going to watch those ones. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Kind of interested to dive into that idea a little deeper. Them having the same movesets definitely makes it a little bit more of a quandary. But I think it's really cool. Brother versus brother every 15 years. So by this logic, what, WrestleMania 65? No, 55? I can't do math. WrestleMania 55, we're going to have... We need some more brothers.
We need some more brothers.
We're going to have the Creed brothers face each other.
You know, it's funny because when they were still in NXT, Vince McMahon was so high on them that he said, these two are both going to main event WrestleMania separately.
Let's go. I didn't know he had the Creeds had that stamp.
So, like, then again, he's gone now, so who knows?
The Creeds still get somewhat of a push. Now, granted, they didn't win on Raw this week, but we'll get to that.
It wasn't their time.
It wasn't their time. We know whose time it was. I'm rooting for DIY all the way. Again, we're not even at Raw. I'm just so excited about that part. Let's go ahead and get into our men's match. The fans voted Will Ospreay into the men's Wrestling in the Middle World title match this week. And
good.
Well, good for them. It was whopping. I mean, the people in the poll were just based off of, like, overall relevancy right now. We took the two hottest matches people are talking about, and we put those four candidates in: Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. Will Ospreay won by 69%. Like, it was overwhelming.
80.
People are really feeling Will. I mean, I've been big on him.
Love Will Ospreay, I think.
Yeah, I've been so big on him for so long, and seeing this kind of, like, reception now, it's interesting to see where he's gonna go, because I feel like, sorry to get so deep into this so early, I feel like with somebody being so hot so early, where do you go from there?
You kind of, if you peak too early, you run the risk of, like, someone like Bianca, who did the same thing. She ran through her first 2 years, like, did everything, and now it's like, what do you do now?
Like, now, here's the difference, is maybe Will Ospreay can be that once in a generation that finds ways to just keep elevating the bar. See what I did there? Elevating. Oh, man. It's...
For sure.
That is a whole nother Through the Table in of itself. And I've added like 4 topics to Through the Table. We're going to have a fun summer this summer going through a lot of this. All right. Wrestling in the Middle World title match. 3, 2, 1. Elevated. Make sure to turn the sound off. That's always my biggest issue. Oh, don't you vibrate next to my microphone. We're going to D&D the phone this week. I do it every week. So, now that we got this going, before we jump into anything, I want to start today with a 3-part question. What console do you currently play WWE 2K on?
PS5.
What console did you play your first wrestling game on?
Ooh.
Yeah.
PS1, I think.
Interesting. So, last one. What console over the years has been your favorite to play wrestling games on? That's an interesting one.
I think SmackDown vs. Raw series, PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2, yeah. It's a safe answer. I'm going to answer them myself. The first one I played on is kind of debatable because I think it was an N64. It might have been a GameCube. It was at a friend's house. I was so young, I can't really remember. We've barely just been finding out that it might have been a WCW game. So that's that. Now, what was the second question? I gotta remember my second question. Favorite to play wrestling games on? I'm like you. PS2 is my ultimate console, ultimate era. But PS5 era is not bad.
Oh, it's not.
It's like some of the best wrestling games. So it's a tie between the two, honestly.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And let's see. Oh, did I skip the one I played my first? No, I did. I got them all right.
You got them all.
So why are we talking about consoles today?
That's an important question.
Because today we are opening this episode with a special ad from our number one sponsor, Retro Hall, located at 405 North Grant in downtown Odessa. And our guy Zach up there has just gotten in a massive stock of consoles ranging through generations of gaming. PlayStation 2s, 3s, and 4s, an original Xbox, a 360, an Xbox One, Super Nintendos, N64s, Wii's, and a Switch. Yeah, they got a Switch up there. New school just as well. That's just consoles too, man. I mean, he has also stocked up and reorganized the store to feature a wall for Funko Pops and games stretching all the way from wall to wall around the store. Of course, comics, other collectibles, hosting playing card competitions and event nights. I say it all the time, Retro Hall is the oasis of nostalgic gaming and comic culture. Have to come check it out, guys. Located again at 405 North Grant in downtown Odessa, Texas.
Oh yeah, and if you're a card guy like me, he has a lot of cards too.
Yeah, that's another thing we don't ever cover that I know you're into is he's got so many cards, Pokemon cards, Dragon Ball Z cards you just came in here with
Dragon Ball
today.
Z, My Hero Academia, One Piece. He's got some Digimon cards up there that I didn't even get to.
Digital monsters. Let's go.
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to dive into Raw while Swerve is getting ready to defend this title. Again, always forgetting the stipulations. This might be a ladder match. It could be a cage match.
I don't think it's a ladder match.
You didn't see any ladders, did you?
I don't see a cage, so I don't think it's a cage match.
It's
a ladder match.
There is a belt hanging. I thought it was a ladder
match.
match. Somebody has to climb that ladder. It's a TLC. Now, here's a little fun fact for you, because you've played this game with me enough to know that the first thing I do in a TLC match is powerbomb somebody outside the ring through the It's just,
yeah,
is what I do. Will just said, I'm going to take a bump for luck.
He just whiffed. I'm used to doing that, so it's fair.
Dude, he's up there getting elevated. Swerve's getting a chair. I know this is a really good match. I'm going to slightly dip my toes into Raw while it goes on. Open the show with Super Splash Bros, the Usos, cutting it up on the mic.
Yeah.
Again, though, super excited for this match.
Jealous Jim.
I'm going to stick with my opinion. I think it can outdo Brett versus Owen given the right circumstance. As far as storyline, it's probably the best one. Although Matt and Jeff have the storyline one. That argument, because the Matt and Jeff storyline was pretty fucked up. He like burnt his house down and killed his dog. And
that is true.
Oh my gosh. DIY and Awesome Truth both are going to the WrestleMania ladder match.
All right, I gotta say something. Really
okay, quick. I have something else, but go on.
Awesome Truth. I know no one Miz 2024. Mm-hmm. Ew. Just give him one more moment, guys.
Yeah.
They won't hold the titles for long, I don't think.
Yeah, and that's a good pick to win. I mean, my pick is DIY. New Day also qualify, and I would have been actually a little disappointed if any of these teams had not gone to WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's the thing. The DIY Creed match was one that people were like, we want both these teams in.
Yeah, exactly.
Which they had an amazing match. But the Creeds, they're still young. They have time. I think like Ciampa and Gargano just meant a lot more to them to finally be at WrestleMania after being so long in WWE but not being there.
Yeah, and for those of us that have been along for the journey since NXT, that's why we want DIY there so bad, and that's why we want them to win. But you said it best. Oh, hold on,
I'm
table
down
spot.
For either. There it is.
There's the
Swerve's
spot.
down for the table, but I'm down
Dude,
for
he
either.
literally got right back up. What the What the hell? Candice LeRae heel turn, slow burning in the best way.
She's so vicious.
Dude, she is. Also, you know what I just noticed? While Willie and Swerve have been going at it, today in our DVD slot, because we always play our DVD, you guys know this, I put in TNA Destination X 2007. I haven't even hit play.
Yeah, I was about to say that's
on the
been
menu.
going the whole time.
We're going to hit play on it lightly. Nothing light about that chair shot, though. Is he hitting him in the arm or the head? That looked like a head shot, but he grabbed his arm.
Both.
Okay. This next note's a bit of a long one, but I think I'll just dive
I'll
in
let you
anyway.
get into it.
Don't give that power bomb onto the announce table, please. Damn it.
Fuck.
So it's Road to WrestleMania Week 8. Week 8. No surprise we make another note about Cody Rhodes, one half of the main event of Mania, cutting a hot promo.
Yes.
Calls The Rock a whiny bitch with
Hell yeah.
little dick syndrome.
Let's go.
And Roman's side chick.
Yes.
Yeah. Paul Heyman interrupts to apologize and invite Cody to a one-on-one on SmackDown meeting with the Tribal Chief, and we'll discuss that then. But again, it's no surprise that like each week we have to keep bringing up Cody Rhodes saying this shit on the mic, The Rock saying this shit on the mic, because it's building towards
That's
one of
the
the biggest
point,
main events
yeah.
of all time.
It is. It is for sure. They're definitely taking barbs back and forth, proving why each kind of is in their position.
Damn, this Sting promo on the TV just got scary. It's Abyss and Sting,
Let's go.
and it's scary. Why is Sting in a coffin?
Why not?
Why is The Miz showing up in this match?
Why is The Miz showing up? What the fuck is
Dude, Willie isn't having any of it. Unbeknownst to us, Swerve Strickland and The Miz have formed an alliance to keep Swerve Strickland the Wrestling in the Middle World Champion. And
What the fuck is going?
hey, I didn't sign this one. I didn't come up with this in creative. We got new writers, I guess. Swerve is climbing that ladder, though. Just not successfully. Chad Gable tells Sami Zayn he can't beat Gunther, and that's why he is acting passive and bitchy.
Bitchy.
Gunther seconds this belief during the contract signing, but Chad then comes back later and really lays into motivating Sammy rather than tearing him down. Something we could all use a lesson in.
I think
Something
so,
I feel like
too,
we could
yeah.
all use a little bit of a
It
lesson
definitely
in.
feels like this is like a mentor kind of thing. And I think
He's going to join the Alpha Academy.
no.
Coach Gable.
No, that's what Okada was going to do when he would have joined WWE. Oh no, that was Chase U. I get them mixed up.
Rana.
They're both the same thing. But no, I like this dynamic, and
How
I think
luminescent that flaming table
It
is.
is.
Continue. Sorry. It's just
I think
beauty.
this sets up for a good Sammy losing at WrestleMania, and then Chad getting like a chance at SummerSlam. And
I've contemplated the thought of Gunther retaining at Mania. Here's the thing. I don't see both Roman and Gunther winning. So
that's fair.
if he's winning, if he's retaining, Roman is losing it. Which I've stated that I already feel like Roman Reigns is losing that title based off of what we found out about Alpha and WXW and him leaving in April and all that. I just feel like they're really... You're not going to see Roman Reigns on TV for a little bit too, is kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Will's climbing the ladder. That table spot was pretty gnarly. It might just be
was.
the match right there, and we might just be looking at a new champion.
Nah.
Nope.
Swerves up.
Psych.
Uno sold it.
Psych. Unbeknownst to the rest of us, Will can't fucking hit the button.
that too.
Swerve is climbing with his last fucking leg.
He's fine.
Okay, hit his head on the ladder. Seth Rollins interrupts Drew's entrance, which is the exact moment I joined team, okay, yeah, Drew is winning the title.
Yeah.
Speaking of winning a title. Oh, no, he's just going to jump off the ladder. Never mind. Do your shit. That was the moment to win if you're going to win. Seth Rollins admits he's a spotlight junkie. Drew thinks he's joking and calls Seth a parody of himself, which raised an interesting question for me. And this was like through the table topic number 3 I wrote down this week.
Damn, okay.
Is Seth Rollins 2024 a parody of 2018 Rollins or an upgrade? Through the table edition, for sure.
I don't know. That is definitely one we'll have to look at.
Which, I think this was during your break. I don't know if you watched wrestling in 2018 or not. 2007.
I came back just, I think towards the end, 2018, 2019.
17 and 18, which is where I had left off. Will Ospreay is our new champion. Wow.
Holy fuck.
We have a new Wrestling in the Middle World champion.
I mean, well deserved. It's Will fucking Ospreay.
Yeah. So, that made me lose my train of thought. I saw him take that belt down and I said, oh, new champion.
So 2017, 18?
Yeah, 2007-18, Seth Rollins was unfucking touchable. I would argue between him and Kenny Omega, there was no other person in the conversation for Wrestler of the Year.
That's fair.
Oh, man. So, through the table topic edition.
Hell yeah.
There's so many of those. Is there anything from Raw that I left out that you have in your notes this week?
A couple things, but not that I want to touch on, except for the fact that Judgment Day and Andrade are are interacting a little bit. And I posed the idea that Damian gets kicked out of Judgment Day or leaves, and Andrade gets added. This was before what's going to happen on SmackDown, where I now have a new theory. But that was my theory at that time.
A new Austin theory
A-Town
on SmackDown. I was talking about Austin theory this morning. As far as somebody came up with a brilliant concept of the ball was severely dropped last year, not having John Cena, and I agree with this 100%. John Cena win the U.S. title at WrestleMania and then drop the title to somebody the Raw after WrestleMania. I think that would have been a brilliant idea given the trajectory of where Austin Theory's career has gone since.
For sure. I will say, really fun in 2K24, though. Really fun character to play.
Really?
He actually is, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Your favorite time? NXT time.
NXT time.
Yeah, I'm going to do NXT time before we get into the women's match, because that's how I have it on the schedule today. We're just running really smoothly.
Alright, so...
Roxanne and Lyra building an NXT women's feud nicely. Officially set up for Stand and Deliver.
They are. I saw... a couple people say that this proved that Roxanne can't cut a promo, though. Was it you that said it?
I said that, and then this week I would have disagreed with myself. So that's why I'm like, huh.
Yeah, someone said, like, oh, this proves that she's just not good.
That's why she's not gotten called up. I felt like there was still development. This week, I could throw that shit out the window.
She, again, the heel character, I think, really, really fits her.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see, one, I think Roxanne might win the title. I think that's very possible. I think that was Cora Jade's to win.
Right.
With Jade out, Roxanne takes it.
That was a hilarious spot. I wish they were watching Destination X. This is a hilarious spot.
But two, I'm interested to see if Tatum factors into it or if she just disappears into the ether like every other wrestler that gets a sort of push. Like the Eddie Thorpes or the, people like that come and go. Seemingly.
Yeah. Hey, he was on Level Up. We were talking about it. See, what's funny is with Roxanne Perez, remember like months before any of that, I went to a phase of like, she should be champion. No, she should be called up. Oh, she needs more development. Like, I can't make an opinion about Roxanne Perez because every time I do, she proves me wrong.
Maybe that's
right.
Maybe that's another point though. Maybe it's just inconsistency that she needs to get consistent. I don't know.
Consistent. It's like I feel like this week I can't tell her shit though.
Yeah.
I went too far. I didn't go too far. Why Jack? Josh Briggs and Obafemi mince words and hands. It was actually a 6 sequence.
It was, and definitely feel like it sets up for a triple threat. I know we have some matches next week that will help clarify that picture. I can't remember who's facing who, but Briggs is in a match, Dijak's in a match, and Sean Spears is in a match. Sean Spears has that win over Ridge, so I guess he sort of is in the conversation.
Sort of.
But it looks like he's going to be feuding with Gacy.
I don't have this in my notes, but yeah, I wanted to just bring it up because it was funny, the shot of Joe Gacy.
Just fucking...
Just sliding out from under the bench, going back in.
I love Joe Gacy.
Stone and Wagner caught fighting backstage, and I'm waiting for the moment we find out Von Wagner is the actual father of Mr. Stone's kids. That's been the thing for me since the moment I saw them.
That's fair.
It's like, when do we find out that they're his actual kids? Sol Ruca with a successful and well put together return match, then gets attacked by Blair Davenport. That Soul Snatcher, man, is just fucking
it's a
beauty.
really good finisher.
It's the most beautiful finishing move of the week. We get some more quality build this week with D'Angelo and Dragunov. All the sauce with less cheese, as I'd put it. It's quality building.
For sure.
It's quality building. Chase, or did you have something on that? I didn't want to jump to the next one.
No, I did not.
Okay. It's because you hate Dragunov.
No, it's just really good. Like, I think I said it last week, like, it's a really good build, but I just have nothing to say about it other than I really enjoy it.
The first week, it was cheesy but entertaining. This week, it was a little more, like, serious and straight to the point, and it's a good build. Chase U officially back to their old selves. Don't know how I feel about it. I hated it so much, but it became so relevant to this show. So.
It did, and I don't know, I'm just kind of coasting with Chase U. I think they're a fun little time.
Riley Osborne had the good match, the Heritage Cup match. Sees Riley Osborne wrestle with Drew Gulak.
Yep.
That Gulak didn't come out right. Who, of course, retains for the NQCC, as I'm calling him now. It just flows well.
Yeah.
The NQCC.
NQCC, let's go.
So, and I don't see them not having that Heritage Cup for like a year. I feel like it's going to be like a solid year or so.
Yeah, you can get a lot of mileage out of it since you have 4 people who can defend it.
That's the word I said too. I said this has a lot of mileage. Hey, look at us. Good Brothers advance in the triple threat qualifier for the NXT tag team titles. Rooting for them all the way myself. It's like,
are you telling me that you are
too sweet the mic.
Not rooting for Axiom and Frazier?
I know when they formed a tag team, we said on the show that's our guys, and they were, but in this scenario, I just need the Good Brothers.
Okay, but they never slow down. So much so that apparently there's fear backstage, concern backstage of Frazier opponents not being able to keep up with Frazier.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good thing, question mark.
He's like this generation's AJ Styles. AJ Styles in TNA, anybody will tell you wrestling with him was like wrestling in a fucking marathon.
That's fair.
Just had to go. If it weren't for the main event being what it was, I would have opted out of NXT this week. Just because, busy schedules, like that's how it goes.
Fair.
But Noam versus Trick sounded appealing, and it was.
It was really good.
Off the rip, starts out good. Then a little way into it, we see Mello Security knock on his door and let him know it's time. And then they all just left.
Yeah, and like nothing was made of it until
Trick beats Noam. I don't agree with it, but he's got hella momentum, and I'm biased.
Yeah, that's fair.
Trick calls out Mello to fight on site, and Mello Security arrived. And my thing was, keyword here was, why have security to quote-unquote protect yourself and then let them leave and you come out solo? Then I got my answer, as Mello was in disguise with security. It was a classic move. They pulled the classic hidden security guard member move, and it got me.
It did. It got me too. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, I got swerved. What's up?
Are you excited for the tag team match at Stand and Deliver?
Which tag team match? The women's tag match?
No, the
I'm not.
The match between the Wolf Dogs and
whoever wins the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I just want the Good Brothers to go.
Do you want the No C, the A-Kid and Rollins Jr.
Okay.
Or do you want the OWL to win?
The OWL is the owl? There's owls
instead of the LWO.
Yeah, but you spelled out owl, and I'm like, damn, I didn't know there were birds in a tournament.
They are.
I'm going for the Good Brothers. If I have to choose between the two, no, I'm definitely going for Axiom and Frazier. A-Kid and Seth Rollins Jr. I like that. All right, let me pull up the women's match.
Let's go.
This is interesting. Let me explain.
Wait,
you see this and you're like, what? Let me explain. I did something I haven't done in a while. It's a match I came up with in 2K22 that fucks the world. I did it specifically for John Moxley at the time. And it's called, this is what I call it, okay? It's called the All Out Brawl Out Fallout.
Okay.
You take 8 superstars, 8 wrestlers, and you put them in a elimination, falls count anywhere, no disqualification match.
I like that.
It's
like it.
complete
Chaos.
chaos. Exactly. Complete chaos. So I decided for Rhea Ripley's defense this week, she is going to do the All Out Brawl Out Fallout. And she is defending against 7 women who all have been in the conversation for a title opportunity this season, but never got one.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
So,
I'm personally rooting for Dakota.
yeah, Dakota Kai's in here, Tiffany Stratton, Candice LeRae, Sky Blue, Mercedes Moné. Surprisingly, she never got... I think she did get a shot, though. Or she might have just been... No, yeah, she was just in the Elimination Chamber for the first champion. Now, Liv Morgan and Ivy Nile. I put Ivy Nile in there because that was a personal bias. It was like,
That's fair.
I want her to have a title match.
I can agree with that.
3, 2, 1, Dudley boys. Yeah, you didn't expect that. They didn't expect that one.
Okay.
It's Dudley boys because we have TNA Dudleys on our TV screen.
That's fair.
Mercedes Moné, officially the highest paid woman in professional wrestling history.
Yeah. CEO.
That CEO shit if I've ever seen it. New Japan wrestler, I found this out this morning. New Japan wrestler and active Bullet Club member Alex Coughlin says he's retiring from pro wrestling.
Wow.
Yeah, Alex Coughlin today, on Sunday, as we're recording this, has announced he is retiring from professional wrestling. It's pretty crazy to think about, but again, it's your career and your life. Like, at any point you don't want to do it anymore, stop.
See, the thing is about people retiring or moving promotions and stuff, all this argument over whether they fit better in this one or whether it would be better for business if they were here or there. All I care about is that the wrestlers are safe and that they're happy. If they're happy, then that's what really matters in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. 2K24 goals, let's make a better Sky Blue. This one's not bad, it's just... I've been kind of digging into 2K24 community creations this week too, really trying to find some superstars. I finally found a Will Ospreay I like. It took me like 3 or 4, but I found one that I can work with.
Have you found a Kenny Omega yet?
Yeah, I've had a Kenny Omega since. Yeah, that's probably one of the first ones I got.
Whose do you have? Because I know I have Defrax.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember any of the creators. I'll have to
look up Defract. He has a really good Kenny Omega.
I've been trying to get Adam Cole downloaded, and the one I found I want, it won't let me. It just stops every time. Yeah, it's a weird conundrum. Hey, Candice. Not Candice Michelle, Candice LeRae. She would kick Candice Michelle's ass.
Damn.
So, I will say I've gotten a lot more people than I thought, and I feel like we're just a couple weeks away from moving our video game content over to... It's just... You give me a Roderick Strong, Adam Cole, and like a couple other AEW people that are relevant.
The one that I think people are really struggling with, because I see a lot made, but not a lot great.
Yeah.
Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
I can't find a good Roderick Strong, and I'm like, okay.
Even the bad ones, I try to download, and it's like, nope.
But yeah, I'm excited for that 2K24. Obviously, my thing in 2K24 is gauntlets. That's my jam. I've been doing gauntlet matches for all my titles.
I've done a couple. We're going to have another gauntlet episode one day just for Dylan, guys. He has this concept he's brought to me that's actually a really genius concept.
Time to run the gauntlet.
That's how you know I'm in a mood. It's not a bad mood. It's not a good mood. I'm just clicking 2 pins, and I'm like, why am I clicking 2 pins?
Why not?
I get anxious.
It just kind of clicks.
I get anxious whenever we see Mercedes Moné and then have to talk about her opening Dynamite, gloating a little extra than usual before, and then getting a little mic rust out. It happens. Yeah. Like, it's not... I'm not here to criticize it. It's just
I get it.
She was going really hard on the boasting part, and then kind of took a turn as far as, like, slipping up. So, I was hoping Britt Baker would come and interrupt her, because CEO versus DMD is a 3-letter battle I need.
That's fair.
Instead, it's Julia Hart and Sky Blue, who Moné called out for messing with her unfinished business with Willow Nightingale.
Yeah, see, I was with this, but what's confused me is the whole Willow thing.
Yeah. Her and Chris come to save the day in that, and then you kind of like see this weird Willow's going to attack Mercedes, but not. It almost seemed kind of like predictable, typical.
I guess, but at the same time, why would Willow do that? Like, Willow's the smiling baby face, like...
Seeing her have a heel turn is just next to impossible sometimes. It's like, but why?
I mean, yeah, obviously we've had that sort of inkling of a heel turn, but that was for Chris. I think we all expected Chris to have this heel turn, not Willow. Yep, that's my phone.
It's okay, we get phone calls sometimes. I would have been like, answer it on air.
No.
The opening match is a pay-per-view level opener, seeing Okada versus Eddie Kingston for the Triple C.
I have some more bad news for you.
Oh, no.
I was in the restroom the entire time during this match.
Poor guy.
It was terrible, yeah.
It's a pay-per-view quality match. Again, like, I was kind of thinking that this was going to be a match at the pay-per-view, but they decided to do it on this Dynamite, and so more power to Tony, I guess. Loved seeing Matthew and Nicholas backstage producing with
funny.
Tony. It was a revolutionary shot when you consider how retrospectively taboo that is to, like, go to gorilla position, like, sit there at a producer's desk and, like...
That reminds me of something I had to bring up during SmackDown. So
Ooh.
it involves Pete Dunne, so...
Hardly a surprise as Okada wins the Triple C. Just surprised we did it on TV and not the pay-per-view.
I guess so. Part of me was like, okay, this is something that seems very predictable.
Yeah.
Okada winning a title as soon as he comes in. And then I was like, but Tony wouldn't do that because
Yeah.
Tony's not predictable.
I've heard people saying, like, they're doing this so they can, again, have this thing where they build a second title up to the world title value. And I was like, yeah, cool, but I don't know that this is the title for that.
I don't think
Especially
so.
with the fact that, like, when the Continental Classic tournament comes back next year, you have it based around that title.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, you can't do it with the TNA because... Or TNT title.
LOL. I wish they had the TNA title.
You can't do it with the TNT title because we don't know how much longer they're going to be with TNT. We don't know.
Exactly. That's just going to become a TV title.
So I guess you would be Strong's title you could do that with, maybe.
They're going to bring back the Real World Championship.
Oh my God.
Doubt it. After he wins, and maybe this is what they're building to the pay-per-view for, I don't know. After he wins, Matthew and Nicholas go crazy with the pyro, and then Pac comes out. And
Hell yeah.
That's a thing of like, well, okay, if we're getting Okada versus Pac at Dynasty, then maybe that's just a little bit better. It's kind of just a let it play out situation.
Yeah, for sure.
My highlight thing isn't working. Look at that. It just kept going over. Swerve issues an open challenge, later answered by the Butcher.
That popped me in the worst way.
Oh, look at this tricep dip.
I popped because I was
that
like,
dip.
the Butcher. That's what we need.
He makes him tap out and then talk shit to Joe on the mic after.
That's what I would do after I beat the Butcher, who has won how many matches? Probably none.
A lot.
Has he?
I don't know. Con Dallas comes out and gets booed in his home country and sets up a case for Takeshita to take on Swerve next week, which is official. This week they're taking on each other.
That's gonna be a... Oh my God.
Jerry Lynn versus Chris Sabin in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Let's go.
Sorry guys, we're going to take a break for the next 20 minutes and we're going to watch Jerry Lynn. Oh, we got AJ Styles and Rhino.
Let's
Elevation
go.
X. This is actually the first Elevation X match.
Let's go.
Okay, back to AEW. Let's be realistic. Shout out to Rhea Ripley, Wrestling in the Middle, Women's World Champion. And IWGP Women's Champion. That's
Damn.
awesome. Chris Jericho puts Hook over huge in a pretty aggressive match. Some may call it sloppy, but I thought it was kind of supposed to have that feeling to it, or like that was the point of what they were trying to accomplish.
That's fair, but at the same time, with how much shit people have been giving Jericho, you just never know.
Puts him over huge on the mic after the match, too.
Yeah, I did like that.
Raise your belts. Raise your belts, Rhea. I often see her as like our one and only champion we've had for the women, but that's not true. Jamie Hayter held it for a week.
She did.
It was the best week of my life. Adam Cole says he's disappointed in Wardlow for having one job and failing. Talking about when he couldn't beat Samoa Joe. He sounded like a dad who was upset with his kid.
And I was like, okay, I think we have enough dad gimmicks now.
Oh, the arena for this match is the best part. I forgot I put it in the Club UK arena, my favorite. So that makes it really feel more like brawly
Yeah,
outside.
I don't know what a Club UK is.
Dude, come on. You don't know Club UK? It's the best promotion in the United Kingdom and all across Europe.
It's not Progress Wrestling?
No. I love that Rhea's go-to is, okay, we're going to power bomb her outside the ring and then beat her with a stop sign.
That's what I do.
Poor Dakota.
No,
Before we continue on with AEW, let's just take a vote here. Who do you think's going to get eliminated first?
Ivy.
Ouch. I played the match, but I don't even remember. I'm voting for Dakota.
I will say...
Dakota just got speared on a stop sign. She's getting out.
Going off that based off of overalls, they're not as important in this game as they are in 2K24, though.
Right.
I forget that. 2K24 overalls really matter.
We almost had one right there.
Oh.
We thought it was finished in time. I'm telling you, Dakota's taking a beating. She's definitely going to be the first out. And the winner is definitely Ivy Nile, for sure.
Let's go.
We're going to expect Ivy to win this championship.
Okay.
Keep my eyes on this. Will Ospreay apologizes to Canada, and I had forgot how badly he bashed them that last time. I really did.
Did you forget what happened with the flag?
I forgot. He uses this time to semi-bash Bryan Danielson's size, then challenges Shibata to a match this weekend.
Why the fuck not?
Slow down, Willie.
Next week. Oh.
Slow down, Willie. Oh, okay, elimination.
Liv Morgan.
It was Liv Morgan. No
Wow.
one saw that one coming. I said Dakota. He said Ivy Nile.
Hey.
On the screen, we got Jacqueline and Gail Kim in a bull rope match.
Let's go.
Thunder Rosa, after weeks of aggressively talking to the camera about getting a title shot, uses Deonna Purrazzo to get a pinfall victory over the champion.
Wow.
Kind of how the story is shaping here with the way Thunder Rosa, illegally mind you, tagged into the match to come in and get a quick pin. No use of the tag rope or being in the position to tag into the match. Can't ignore that rule, and it's getting under my skin how often that rule is ignored.
That's fair.
Also, I mildly think Tony Khan gave her that finish so she'd shut up a little bit.
I would not
It's like,
doubt.
I'm tired of her back here always talking about, I deserve this, I should have this. Just give her a pinfall over Tony and shut her up. Tweet I sent going into the I Quit match. I don't really see Edge saying I quit here, so are we getting 2 title changes in one night?
Yeah.
Match is a career highlight for these guys, as you can probably tell with how much of the Maple Leaf stuff was incorporated. Like all things around the arena for the Maple Leafs were kind of kept in place. The penalty box, just the utilities, you know what I mean? All that was kept in place so they could incorporate it in the match, and that was really cool.
I love they had an actual hockey fight right there.
Yeah. I love that he took a Bruins jersey from the fans and Christian put it on without hesitation as far as like, oh, I'm going with this. It kind of seemed, unprofessional, quote unquote, but at the same time, I feel like you realize how much this is meaning to these guys, and you're like, it's whatever.
They let them do whatever, man.
I knew the patriarchy would get involved.
Hell yeah.
Didn't know Daddy Magic and Daniel Garcia would be the cavalry.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Thought we'd really see Beth Phoenix.
No.
I'm waiting for this flaming table spot. I'm addicted to flaming table spots.
I can tell.
I'm a flaming table junkie. Go. Do it. She's not going to do it. That sucks.
Oh.
Edge wins in a hell of a finish, and we get the finish on the start of Rampage.
Yeah, really weird, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense.
I loved having Rampage live this week. Rampage opens with Edge, like I said, as a 2-time TNT champion. 2 mid-card title changes in one night, man.
Interesting.
Dude, that match was fucking awesome.
It was really fun. I do want to say, please don't make this a habit. I can't handle 3-hour shows 2 days a week.
I'm saying, I never understood why people would bitch about Raw being 3 hours. I was like, I don't get it. It's so fun. I was a kid back then. Now I'm an adult, and I'm like, please, cut an hour. 3 hours is so long. I guess maybe that's what I like about Dynamite the most. It's my favorite product, and I only have to consume it in 2 hours. And again, this week, not so much, because Rampage is live right after Yes. Little
Damn.
flaming table spot.
Let's go.
But I agree with you.
It looks like Dakota got eliminated.
It's hard to keep up with the eliminations here.
And
I know.
Candice got eliminated too.
Yes. Here's the thing. I don't think Rhea Ripley's eliminated anybody, though.
I don't think so, unless she had eliminated Dakota.
No.
Tiffany's laid the fuck out.
Poor Tiff. So, back on Rampage here. Jay White paints Sting's back gold and lets Darby know who the hero is after he saved his life.
That whole promo. I love the juice in the background for like a split second.
Yeah. I'm loving Bullet Club Gold right now. Acclaimed come out live to respond, and as Bowens put it, they weren't their happy-go-lucky selves. Instead, they roasted the Gold Club members, mostly Jay White.
Yeah.
So.
See, I saw a lot of people saying this was proof why they need to disband or just quit. And I felt the opposite. I really enjoyed this promo. Like, I don't get why everyone was so, I guess, didn't like it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm on that boat. I'm floating in that boat, personally, too. Mercedes Moné is kind of going hard, too. She might be the winner.
I forgot she was in this.
She is super relevant right now. It wouldn't be surprising that the executives would decide to put the title on her, let's be honest. How do you feel about Kyle Fletcher's bleached hair?
I don't know. I liked it better when it was slicked back instead of this.
I hate it. I fucking hate it.
That's fair.
I've tried to let it... Dude, she's held this pin for so long.
She
Poor Sky was just laid
she's
out
still gonna
forever.
Get
No,
okay.
I mean, when you're down for 10, you can kick out at 12.
Meanwhile, Ivy laid the fuck out of Tiffany, and then Tiffany hit her right back, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, it's Tiffy time.
Oh, that's why, because you're... I see now why you...
The worst friends advance in the tag tournament after a hell of a tag team tournament.
The worst friends, man.
Hell of a tag team tournament, I read it the way I wrote it.
Tournament. Hell of a tag team tournament match.
Oh, don't give her the code, Blue.
Oh, shit.
Dude, Rhea's out.
Someone just got eliminated. Who was... Tiffany.
Tiffany
Because it's
Stratton's
not Tiffany
out.
time.
It's not Tiffy time. What were you saying when you said it makes sense? Because what?
Oh. I realize you're playing Rhea.
I see. Doesn't mean I have to win, though. That's what I would
that's
say.
fair.
I get my ass kicked pretty often. Don't ever let me play online. I feel demoralized when I play online.
I was doing so good the first few weeks 2K24 was out, and then this week, especially this session yesterday I played with a friend, I lost most of the matches.
Dude, speaking of women, why do we still not have AEW Women Tag Team Championships for these AEW Women Tag Team Street Fights?
Because I feel like people are bitching so much about all the titles.
Yeah, it's like I agree with both sides. I agree with the fact that there's too many titles, and then I agree that we don't have women's tag titles and need them. So, you know what? I'm going to drop my opinion of having too many titles. Let's just make 7 more. Let's just have a bunch of titles. Everybody deserves a championship.
Hell yeah, someone else just got eliminated.
Let's see. Who was it? Was Candice LeRae still in? Because I think it was Candice. No, it was Mercedes. Yeah, it was Mercedes
She got eliminated
Moné.
by Ivy.
I'm telling you, Ivy Nile is coming for that title.
No, Sky just took her out.
No, she's still in. She's rolling out. Well, it's false count anywhere. That doesn't really have too much weight to it.
So, if you look at the remaining field, Sky Blue, Ivy Nile, both rising stars in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, they're not established yet, for sure. And then you have the champion, Rhea Ripley.
Just look at Ivy Nile only, because she's going to take out the champion. Oh, good roll. Yes.
Damn.
Come on, Ivy.
She can get her in that dragon sleeper. Oh, she tried to. She tried to put her aside and get her in it, and then I hate it when that whiffs. Ooh.
Oh.
There goes Ivy. Here comes Sky. Oh, Sky just got riptided.
She's out of here. She's out of here.
Yeah, she's done.
She can't kick out twice, especially when the ref is on time this time.
Right on time. It comes down to Ivy and Rhea.
I tried to tell you, dude. I tried to tell you, Ivy Nile was very much a contender to win this title, and I'm still saying she's going to win this title, even with a bat to the head. See what I mean? That's not shit to her. Badass match nonetheless as far as the women's street fight.
Oh, hell yeah. They always deliver.
Yes, went fucking hard. Perfectly put. Always delivers.
It's
Just
crazy because there's
some
always
titles.
so much talk about the women, how they're booked and everything in AEW. And
Yeah. Oh my gosh, don't beat her with a bat.
But you can always count them to deliver a badass street fight.
Dude, she was badizing her. Batonizing. I don't know what term do you use to say
I have no clue.
she beat her mercifully,
That's right.
unmercifully with a bat. She's gonna give her receipts now.
Hell
Receipts
yeah.
are come. Oh, never mind.
If I remember
Let's go.
correctly, did Rhea defend against Ivy in real life too? I feel like I remember that being a match that happened.
I vaguely do too, and at the same time don't.
I think it did happen.
Yeah, she did. I remember now.
Well,
it was like
good night,
Ivy's first, one of her first matches on Raw. Damn it.
Well, Rhea's still champion.
Yeah, she's a dominant ass champion. Christian, your dad, on our TNA DVD
Let's
screen
go.
up here, holding the NWA title. That's a thing that happened.
And there's Big Papa Pump.
Yeah, he's on there too.
He exists.
Okay, it's ROH time.
Oh.
I'm gonna run through ROH pretty quickly. There's not a lot this week to bring to the table, but I'm bringing it to the table because ROH is hot right now, and the build to Supercard of Honor is getting hot. It burned my hand just then.
Yeah.
Billy Starks and Queen Aminata are our finals for the
Yes.
ROH Women's TV title. That's the thing that's going on. Billy Starks favorited to win, but I'm going for Aminata. Hands up.
I'm not at least getting that push for sure.
She's been getting this push. Johnny TV tells Dalton he lost the boys in the woods with boy-eating bears.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't describe that bears eat boys. Dalton Castle did very eloquently. He's got single-use backup boys, but there's no interest to him there. Dalton Castle does. So, really concerned about the boys being lost in the woods with bears.
Are they gonna come back with like bear skins and stuff?
Dude, they're going to come back like grizzled young veterans.
Sorry.
Akira Shida makes her official ROH debut with Athena pulling up a chair ringside to watch. Just had to get that one out there. I complained enough. I finally get my way. Matt Sydal finally gets a fucking win.
Oh wow.
Nothing else big to it, just finally got my way on that complaint.
Hell yeah.
No other weight or conduciveness to any conversation. Just fucking finally. Jeez.
Hell yeah.
Main event, we see AEW's Anna Jay face Stardom's Mina Shirakawa, who gets the win. Stardom coming in to this deal and getting wins.
Interesting.
This isn't like the CMLL deal.
Well, I know there's a lot of talk about Stardom right now, and a lot of people possibly leaving. You know, Rossi's starting his own motion, so AEW might be taking advantage of that.
Back to the feds.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio opens the show facing Santos Escobar again and loses. Yeah, loses after Dirty Dom, his own flesh and blood, came and distracted him.
So this is my theory, right, about Andrade.
Okay.
I think this continues into WrestleMania.
Interesting.
We have a big, I call it the big Hispanic hullabaloo, whatever, something.
The Hispanic hullabaloo.
Basically,
Okay.
you're going to have LWO versus Legado.
Where's my water?
But Andrade is with the LWO. Because now that Legado has Dominic, but that would blow my theory about Andrade joining the Judgment Day out of the water.
Yeah. You were really cooking till Dom was in Legado del Fantasma. It's like, well, that can't be a thing. But the thought, this is, I guess, where I got excited. The thought of Andrade being at LWO was really cool.
Well, my idea is that on Raw, something happens because Andrade has a match and Judgment Day said they'd be there for it.
Yeah.
Say they cost him the match or something by accident. Andrade gets pissed. So then he starts calling out Dom and stuff. Like maybe Dom specifically is the one that gets in his way or something.
Gotcha.
Which then sets up for Andrade to side with Rey Mysterio and LWO at WrestleMania.
Gotcha.
it's a lot of stretch booking, but I can see it happening.
I see why it's called a hullabaloo.
Yeah, there's a lot of... It's just all the Hispanic people on the main roster going at it, basically.
The Good Brothers advanced in the NXT Tag Title Tournament, but not in the main roster tournament. Instead, we see Theory and Waller move ahead, along with the Hurt Profits.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just because they're really fun to play as in 2K24, but I'm kind of a little bit behind Theory and Waller. Like, I don't want them to win or anything, but, you know, I'm kind of digging it.
That's a one-sided opinion.
That's fair.
It's one of those situations where it's like, I, in a real-life sense, respect them, and in a kayfabe sense, don't give a fuck about them.
No, I get that.
It's like, in real life, though, I mean, like, to be realistic, they're hell of athletes.
I'm still hoping New Catch Republic beats... who are they facing? I don't remember.
I don't remember who...
I think it's Waller in Theory, right?
Are they? Okay, I can't keep up.
Or are they facing...
It's not Pretty Deadly, because they got Orton and Owens. I got an Owens note. I'm sure you know what it is. We'll get there in a second.
Yes.
We can discontinue the Naomi bad booking talk, as we see her have a solid match with the women's champion. Doesn't win, yeah, but good booking regardless, and conducive to a main storyline. That's it.
Exactly.
We were talking about her booking being bad. It's kind of a moot point now.
It definitely is.
She gets jumped and misted after the match, and then saved by Bianca Belair, who also gets jumped. She gets jumped too, so.
But that's gonna set up for probably a tag team title match, I guess.
That's what we're all thinking. It just kind of seems like too easy that way. It feels too easy to.
It does, but at the same time,
it knocks my theory out of the Kabuki Warriors holding titles forever.
That too, but also just the fact that they don't do a lot of booking with the women's titles anyways, so they're just they'll take the first thing they can get, I think.
Fair enough. Are you looking up who they're facing?
Yeah.
Go ahead and look. I'll lay this one out real quick. Jade Cargill officially signed to SmackDown. Where they're going with that, I have no fucking idea, but she's going to be there this week, so.
Probably set up for something at WrestleMania, hopefully.
They gotta debut. No, her debut is at the Rumble.
So, it'll be the Profits against Theory and Waller.
Mm-hmm.
And Legato versus the New Catch Republic.
Let's go,
I'm thinking what you do here, and I'm sorry, Profits.
The Hurt Profits. Hurt them.
I think Theory and Waller win, go to the match at WrestleMania.
I think with Montez Ford being Montez Ford, they are very much top candidates to go.
Here's the thing, though. Okay, so if we do have this Legato versus LWO thing at WrestleMania, you cannot have Legato in that ladder match.
Right.
So therefore, I call the New Catch Republic to win.
Yes.
SmackDown gets two teams. Do you want both SmackDown teams to be faces?
Yes.
We'll see.
To prove my point, yes. Kevin Owens managed to punch two people in the face at the same time again.
Let's go.
I wonder if he can get four people with two then.
I bet you can.
It's like, mathematically, technically, he can. LA Knight shows up to AJ Styles' house and fights him and gets arrested in one hell of a live PD cops-esque segment. He's going to do it again this week, apparently. We'll see.
Let's go.
Okay, so Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns segment is absolute money, and it was money filled with history lessons and perspectives and forbidden doors. They had a one-on-one conversation, but you had to know Roman wasn't actually going to come alone.
Oh, hell yeah. I love that the actual hinting, like, if you came alone, I came alone.
Yeah, if. But if you didn't, I didn't either. He snaps his finger, Roman does, to call upon the dogs, and the same time that happened, let me play the clip. I don't know how much of y'all got this. The same time that happened, this shit had happened. Hold on, back it up, turn the volume up.
I think I know what's happening. You need a room full of... Everyone's been talking about that, man. Like,
I wondered, because I didn't watch SmackDown till late.
That's the true WrestleMania match for him. I think we cancel Roman and Cody and we have him face that fan.
Dude, come on, guys. it's one of those things where it's like, I could sit here and tell you that we have to be better. We don't have to. In some senses, this is just fandom being fandom. But you didn't have to, like, stretch it that far. You could have just, kept it, like, baseline insultive. It was certainly something that last night, Saturday night for me, when I was watching SmackDown, was ear-grabbing. I was like,
Definitely.
what the fuck? So, Cody, apparently, didn't come alone either. Jey Uso and Seth Rollins pull up and prevent what would have been a bad way to end SmackDown with Cody getting jumped, because everybody's getting jumped these days. It's like, it's nice to go off the air chill every once in a while. I feel like we've had too many people getting assaulted and jumped at the end of a show.
At the
segments.
same time, like, it's building, and like,
Yeah.
I kind of thought they were gonna start brawling at the end, but no, they
we're
kept their
chilling.
P's and Q's.
We are chilling hard. It's okay to chill. I'm glad we didn't forget SmackDown this week. Last semi-SmackDown related note to make. Hearing lots and lots of rumblings about Money in the Bank being Tiffy's time. That's not the way I put it.
Tiffany?
I thought maybe Liv again, right? But could see Tiffany
I
Stratton
feel like
winning
there's
it.
a lot more mystique this year, because I know a lot of people, like on the Raw side, have been pushing for Chelsea. A lot of people have been saying, Tiffany. I know people have been saying Naomi.
I would love that.
Liv Morgan has a case for storyline.
Yeah,
Like,
that was my case.
There's just so much.
The case.
Yeah, who's gonna get the case? And
It's Tiffy's time.
so, my note that I have is that this WWE Speed has officially started. This,
Almost spit take.
I swear this is relevant.
Yeah, go. It
Okay,
is.
I didn't see the matches or whatever. I don't know if they're posted yet, but
I'm going. I'm going
I know
now.
that they exist. What's important to note here is who produced the matches. You'll never guess who produced both matches.
Who?
Okay.
Oh, can I actually guess? I want to.
Yeah.
I want to play a game.
Okay.
It was Jason Jordan.
No, it was none of the regular producers.
It was Austin Aries.
No, it is a wrestler. It is someone who is wrestling right now.
Right now in this moment, and
He was relevant in storylines right now.
okay, it's Otis.
No,
He's not that relevant.
in the tag tournament.
Okay, last guess here. It was Pete Dunne.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Is that a yes though? Because that could possibly mean that Pete Dunne is trying to transition
That's
out
fine.
of wrestling, and I don't want it. I want Pete Dunne to.
I want him to have
title.
one final good run, but if all I get is his NXT UK run as his best shit, I'm taking it, and I'm taking it
That's
to the
fair.
bank.
But he produced, if I remember correctly, it was Odyssey Jones versus someone. I already forgot. And another match for WWE Speed.
WWE Speed. 'Cause we don't have 5 minutes left, quote unquote. First thing that popped up, Pete Dunne produced both the WWE Speed match tapings last night.
Yep.
So they taped it, but they haven't posted it,
I
or
guess so.
well, here's a live clip.
Did they have a timer on there too?
I guess so. Who's wrestling? Looks like Apollo Crews. I can't tell though.
I think it was Apollo Crews versus Odyssey Jones then. Yeah, that was it. That was one of
Homie
the
was up
matches.
in the nosebleeds. It was hard to tell. Hey, that's not an insult though. I'm up in the nosebleeds too.
Also,
I go nosebleeds a lot.
Odyssey Jones sighting, guys.
Right.
Speaking of sightings, Eddie Thorpe facing Uriah Connors last night on Level Up. Or the night before. The son of Fit Finley.
I know I joke about Speed, make fun of it, because it is a fucking stupid concept to me, but it would be really fun to do a Matchbox on the first Speed events. It's just really unique having this stipulation.
Yeah.
So, that said, this was probably one of the smoothest running episodes. We're going to end right on time. I don't even have to change nothing. We're literally going to end right on time, and I love that.
Right on time.
Last thank you to Zach and our favorite sponsor, Retro Hall. We try not to be biased, but Retro Hall has really supported
really
this show
cool.
since the beginning. So
Not just the show, but just like our personal hobbies and interests. Like they They've been there for us.
405 North Grant, downtown Odessa, Texas. Go check them out. You could probably catch us there too, because I'm always hanging out there now. So we will catch you guys next week.